I went from 25-minute focus sessions using the Pomodoro technique to 4 hours of deep, uninterrupted focus in just 30 days. 30 days. Now I can hit 4-hour sessions almost every day, and it's effortless. I am going to show you exactly how I did this using a very simple tool that I built on Notion. This tool is designed to help you do two things. The first thing is improving how long you focus for. And the second thing is improving how much progress you make on the projects that actually matter to you. Because how long you focus doesn't mean nothing if you aren't actually making progress on the projects that you care about. You don't need to focus for 4 hours straight. Do what's authentic to you. It could be 2 hours, it could be 10 hours. But this template will 100% help you supercharge your focus. Before we dive into the template, I want to highlight something extremely important. All systems eventually fall apart, or they evolve to fit your needs. So the template here is just a vehicle. It's a means. What's actually important is the principles behind it. And I used 3 main principles to design this template. And it was these principles that actually supercharged my focus. So, principle number 1, focus is like a muscle. So if we apply muscle hypertrophy, the muscle will grow. Tracking is the bridge between good intentions and lasting habits. Prioritize signal versus noise and get really good at it. I've been working on a short personal documentary that dives into these 3 principles in much more detail, and I share personal anecdotes and stories to help you internalize it. I will link that video in the description once I finish it. But for now, we shall dive into how the template works so you can start using it right away. I've created 2 versions of the template. One is bare bones without any data. This is the one that you're going to want to use on your own Notion. And then there's one with sample data just to give you an idea of what it would look like after you've populated it with your focus sessions. I've also gamified it, and I'll explain at the end how the game works. First things first, on the left, you have your main focus tracker. Now, when you want to log in a session, you just come here and you click Start Session. It's going to prompt you with a message to make sure that you're ready to focus. Let's say you've picked the right task, you've taken your big deep breath, and you're ready to focus. You click Let's do this. A page will open up which represents your focus session. You're going to want to replace this with what you want to focus on. So I'm going to write record Notion focus log explainer. Then you've got a few properties. The first is status, which shows that this is an ongoing session. Second is a timer, which updates automatically. It shows when you started, and if it's in progress, once you end the session, this will update to show the end time. And then you've got how long you focus for in hours. And then below that, you've got the start time and the end time, which will also get automatically updated when you click the end session button. And then below that, you've got a checklist. If you want to enter certain things that you want to work on, keep track of it, you can add it here. And then I've added a few more questions, well, 2 questions that you can come back and reflect on at the end of your session. Now, feel free to use this page for whatever it is that you want. It could be your notes, it could be a journal, it could be whatever it is that's specific to how you want to use the template and what you want to focus on. Once you're done, you come and you click End Session. and it'll give you another message saying you planted a focus tree. This is where the gamification comes, but I'll explain that at the end. And then it'll remind you to add some information about your session on the card. And it is worth it. And trust me, it's going to take like 2-3 minutes. And you should definitely spend those 2-3 minutes to reflect on your session because it's worth it. Then once you end the session, you've got the right side, which will show you a list of all your sessions. And as you keep adding sessions, this list will grow. I've got 4 different views: today, this week, this month, and last month. So if I move on to the template that has sample data, I can show you what that would look like. So if you've been using it, you can see a list of all of your focus sessions, what you've been focusing on, and how long you focused for. Back to the bare bones template. Let's say that you started a session and then you forgot to click end session. So what you can do is just come here, open the session, go to end time, and then adjust the time. And this way, if you do forget, I mean, it happens to all of us. It's happened to me as well. You can just come in and edit it. Below that, you've got a graph. This gets populated as you log your sessions. If I show you the template with data, it's gonna give you a list of, or a graph rather, of all of your sessions and how long you focused for in that specific session. So that's your all sessions view. And then you've also got a daily total view. And this shows you by the day and the total amount of focus hours for that day. That's the main base of this template. So the first principle is muscle hypertrophy. Muscle hypertrophy means you're stretching your muscle just a little bit. You're going a bit past your limit. So what I did to go from 25-minute focus sessions using the Pomodoro technique to 4 hours of deep uninterrupted focus, I increased my focus time by 5 minutes each day. So if I focused for 1 hour yesterday, I would try and focus for 1 hour and 5 minutes today, and then 1 hour and 10 minutes tomorrow. And I kept doing that, and that's how I improved and got to 4 hours of focus in just 30 days. What I find most valuable is coming on here and seeing this list of all the things that I have been focusing on. And this allows me to evaluate what I've been focusing on with my goals. It helps me understand if the things that I'm doing is actually helping me get closer to my targets. And that's where I can get better at identifying signal versus noise. Let's say I've focused a bunch, but I'm not making progress towards my goals. That's because I'm focusing on the noise and not the signal. Just writing down what you've been focusing on and being able to see a list of it getting populated will help you naturally get better at prioritizing and also deepen your understanding of the work that you've been doing and how it's getting you closer towards your goals and targets. I've gamified it to make it a bit more exciting. On the left, over here, I've got a streak counter, and then below that, a list of achievements. So if you are tracking your focus sessions every day and you want to keep a streak up and not miss a day, you can use this and track your streaks. And then below that, you've got achievements. So if you want to challenge yourself and hit certain achievements, you can record that over here. I've also linked Spotify playlists if you'd like to give it a listen. This plays just a bit of the song, so you're going to have to open this in Spotify. These are the 2 playlists that I use for my focus sessions, and they've helped a lot. I've been curating these songs for a long time now. Below this is my favorite part of the template, and this is titled My Focus Forest. So I like to treat each focus session as a tree being planted. So whenever I log in a session, I've planted a tree. And as I keep planting trees, I'm growing my forest, and I can see my forest. And this gives me, again, a bit more motivation to keep the momentum going. And I can also see what I've been focusing on, which goes back to signal versus noise. So yeah, that's the template. Feel free to drop me a message if you have any questions. And also, customize this template to your own liking. If you don't want it to be trees, it could be anything else. You could also maybe change the banners to reflect exactly what you've been working on, so it's more visual. I will definitely be updating this in the future. I've got a few different ideas. So make sure to subscribe to my newsletter if you want to be updated on when that happens. Also, if you have any feedback for me, that would be amazing. Like I've been doing this work and using these templates for a while, but I haven't really shared them. So I would love to hear your opinion. And if you found any value in them, do let me know. Sending all the love.